And I don't mind that, but working with these little ones, and these ladies, we've been in the first day and they were trying to teach you, we're going to teach you this many songs. I'm thinking, no, these kids, they just want the balloons at the end. They learn it. It's amazing how much their little minds can soak up. And so if we're not putting good things in there, then the world never stops. The world doesn't just have 1 week a year for their VBS. They do it continuously. So never neglect to put the word of God for these little ones.
That's really good. Thank you, Dave, for that call. Appreciate it.
Y'all have a great day.
You too, my friend. I appreciate hearing about that. Yeah, I know for some families, especially many families with young children, VBS has kind of become their salvation during the summers when they're trying to keep their kids active and engaged and not just sitting on the couch watching TV. And I know some families who schedule their vacations around, they may have 3 or 4 different VBSs they like going to, they've gone through over the years. And so they'll plan those out and schedule those out. And that's a good thing. So, hey, if you've got a VBS going on at your church this summer, give us a call. Let us know the details. We'll be happy to share that information. I see the signs popping up all over town. You notice that, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
It's become a big thing.
They are everywhere. I remember my days at VBS. My dad was a pastor of a church for a long time, and I always was the one who would teach recreation.
Yeah, of course. Got to get the pastor's son involved that way. So what are some of your favorite memories of Vacation Bible School?
Oh, recreation.
Yeah.
Just playing, and I remember a couple of them.
Do y'all have like standard games that were always winners, or you do any weird games?
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I have a very bad memory sometimes. I can't really remember specifically what it was, but I remember like some of the different themes, like the jungle theme, and this they had the space themes and all that kind of thing. I'm sure it was some Lifeway packet or something, right?
Yeah.
Curriculum.
Yeah. I'm always amazed at the creativity of the people who do the decorating. You can buy decorating kits.
We spend lots of time doing that too.
Oh, yeah. There's so much great creativity in painting backdrops and, creating welcoming atmospheres for the kids and creating that wow factor. And then a week later, you got to tear it all down. Excuse me. A lot of churches will cooperate and share props, and we've done that before where we borrowed, somebody got through and they were just going to throw it away. So we took their props, and same likewise, we once you get through with it, you've got all those refrigerator boxes and furniture boxes that you've created, backdrops with, and another church can use it. Absolutely. That's terrific.
No, it is. And, I always enjoyed those days. So, yeah.
So let me ask you, changing the subject for a moment. Do you, let's see how to ask this. How'd you like your banana nut bread?
It was great.
Was that not amazing?
Yeah, it was great. Smelled amazing.
The best listeners ever. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, someone had dropped off a game to me, a Pinevillopoly game, and wrote me a very nice card thanking me for my service on the council and on KSYL. And then earlier this week on Tuesday, one of our favorite listeners and his wife, I won't say their names, I'll respect their privacy, but Mr. S and Miss E, she bakes from time to time, and they are very gracious and kind and generous to bring to us some of the fruit of their labors. And so this week they brought us some banana nut bread, and oh my goodness. It's just not bad.
The smell of it was amazing. Yeah. We, going back to the teaching little ones and all that kind of stuff, we've been teaching my daughter how to pray, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, okay, let's pray. And she'll do her whole thing. So she's got it all down. She's got all of the things that she's thankful for and all that kind of stuff. But now it's like 25 times a day.
Oh, wow.
Which is great. I'm not going to complain, but we'll be randomly somewhere. She goes, let's pray. And she'll put her hands like this. But she's also learned how to do it when she kind of gets in trouble.
Uh-oh.
So I'll be like, she's in the bathtub and they like to drink the water or something. Like, Sophia, don't drink that water. She's like, let's pray. Or we're saying, don't do that. She's like, let's pray. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh,
here we go.
I don't even know what to say. That's both cute, lovely, and scary at the same time.
I don't know if she knows or she's just trying to distract us, but they're smarter than you think.
Well, they do pick up, as Dave mentioned, the little one had picked up listening to the older siblings. So, wow.
She does not have Trinitarian doctrine down yet. We'll work on that next.
That will be coming in the near future. All right. So, again, if you got a vacation Bible school going on, give us a call. Our church, Christian Challenge, is joining with Pineville Park Baptist Church, and it starts Sunday. We're doing a Sunday through Thursday VBS, and that has become a shift that we've noticed over the years. Fridays always had a big fall off in attendance. So shift it forward, start on Sunday evening, and run through Thursday. So the first time we've done that, but we'll look forward to seeing how that works out. So if your church has a VBS, let us know. I've seen signs for quite a few. Calvary has their signs out. First Baptist Church has their signs out. I think I've seen some for Journey. I love the colorful signs. They're very, very attractive and very attention getting. So good stuff. All right, we need to take our first break.
Yeah. They're not AI either.
No, they're not. That's right.
I don't know. I've seen a couple AI ones. There's nothing wrong with that.
AI VBSs?
Signs.
Oh, signs.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant AI VBSs.
Oh, curriculums? Yeah. Maybe.
Well, no, I meant run, the people who are volunteering.
Oh, no.
AI still can't make grape Kool-Aid.
You can make it, yeah. They don't know how to do potlucks yet. Those Optimus bots will get it down soon, I'm sure.
No, I've seen them do some amazing things. But for some reason, ChatGPT can't count to 100.
Really?
I don't know why, but there's a guy I follow called IRL.Husk is his screen tag, and he has shown many times trying to get his ChatGPT to count to 100, and it fails every single time somehow. So
how does it fail? Just skips a number?
It either skips numbers or it says,
Can you count to 100?
I would love to, but instead of making you listen to me count all the way to 100, because that could be a bit long, how about I just reassure you that I can? And
yeah. See, you're lying to me. Yeah, you're right.
In the next segment, Stephen's going to he's going to try to stump ChatGPT. We'll see. Coming back with more on Talkback after this.
KSYL.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Five Below sounding the alarm on the American shopper. The discount retailer raised its full-year financial outlook, but is concerned about consumer sentiment due to rising fuel costs, very sticky inflation, and a somewhat softer labor market. Shares are tumbling in the early trade, but keep in mind sales soared 23% last quarter. Five Below benefiting from viral squishy dumplings that have gone viral on social media. The retailer adding it would draw lessons from the success of the product to drive store traffic in the future. Checking on the markets, the S&P 500 snapped a 9-day winning run yesterday, falling from a record high. This morning, losses continue. Futures are heading for a lower open. And tech companies announced the most job cuts in May in nearly 2 years as they ramp up spending on artificial intelligence. The tech sector planned to eliminate more than 38,000 positions. That's according to data from outplacement firm Challenger, Gray & Christmas. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
Good morning. Partly sunny skies on this Thursday. We'll put a 40% chance of some afternoon showers or thunderstorm, but quite a bit cooler. 84 for the afternoon high tonight. Chance of an early evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy down to 66. Friday, a 40% chance of more afternoon showers. Get ready for the weekend. Looks like rain Saturday and again on Sunday. From the Sunlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Welcome back to Talkback. Stephen Maxwell just made the fastest coffee run in history. I heard you say I'm going to go make some coffee.
Well, I guess they made it. So
it smells great.
Usually I come in here and make it, but I didn't have time this morning.
Yes, you brought that smell, that aroma with you. So that smells good. And you were back quickly because I was preparing myself to say, welcome back to Talkback. Stephen will join us shortly as he comes back from making coffee. I had all, I kind of
put all the onus on you and Al, don't I, for the show? And I'm sorry.
No, but
y'all run the boards
and
the
heavy lifting on the computer, the graphics, all that.
Oh, that's easy. So. Y'all do all the talking and all the work and the setting up guests most part.
I feel like I talk too much.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do.
He confirmed it. So, yeah. Hey, happy birthday to Angelina Jolie. She turns 51 years old today. Some people love her. Some people hate her. But she's definitely.
Why do we hate her?
I don't hate her, but some people, for some of the roles she's played, I think. And
why do we love her?
I just said some people. I wasn't speaking for me. I feel like a contestant now in the Family Feud.
Well, tell us why you hate Angelina Jolie.
Oh, thank you very much for. That's one of those interrogative questions couched as a attack. So no, I actually like some of her work. I think she's a good actress. I remember reading, I don't know if it's still the case, but she and her dad, John Voight, had gotten cross with each other. And I know John Voight is extremely conservative, so I don't know if there was anything with that. I believe some people stopped liking her. Wasn't she married to Brad Pitt for a while?
I think so, yeah.
And then there was an ugly divorce, and some people stopped liking her because of that. And she's got a big heart. I think that she has a home in New Orleans, if I recall.
Oh, does she?
And she's adopted some kids, even internationally. So those are things that are kind of touch my heart as you think about, compassion for people. So she's known for Tomb Raider. She's known for, I don't even know what else she's known for. She's known for typically the femme fatale type roles. So
Tomb Raider was a big deal when I was in grade school, I guess. I wasn't too particularly fond of it, but my mom liked it. So
I liked Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that the movie that she was there with Brad Pitt. I think that may have been where their romance started, but that was an entertaining movie. I like spy movies. Do you like spy movies?
It's okay. It's
Really?
okay. I don't really watch too many of them.
Okay.
I've never seen James Bond. Is that a spy movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen James Bond. I've seen one. I don't even think I've seen Mission Impossible.
No way.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, just like you need to educate me on the entire Star Wars world, I need to educate you on Mission Impossible. That's an amazing series.
Like, I'll watch any movie, and I think I've seen a bajillion movies. Used to be a movie guy, but I just, for some reason, spy, action-packed type movies like that were never my thing. I was more of like, it's got to have like an evil wizard or a space lord or something like that, Those are my kind of movies.
Yeah. Okay.
A little nerdy.
Oh, you know what I was thinking when I mentioned her?
Or westerns.
You like westerns?
Love westerns.
Yeah. I mentioned her and Brad Pitt. I think what people were really more frustrated about was when she worked with Brad in that movie, and then they became a couple. He was married to Jennifer Aniston, and that's where people began calling her homewrecker and that kind of stuff. So that's where it became an issue. They called it the Brangelina scandal.
Yeah.
Brad and Angelina.
You know way more than you do. I don't know anything about Angelina, but you know what Brangelina is.
Well, thanks to Google. I just, don't out me like that. I Googled, why do some people dislike Angelina Jolie? And then I was sounding like I knew stuff. So Google is my friend. I do remember it when I read it. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that, but I couldn't come up with it off the top of my head. I know your favorite westerns would definitely include John Wayne, right?
Oh yeah.
So, and how many times did John Wayne die in a western?
Well, was it 2?
I don't know.
Shootist and the Cowboys. I think he died in like a war movie or something.
Yeah, I think he did. In one of the later ones. So it's okay. According to Google, he died on screen in 9 films throughout his career. Reap the Wild Wind in 1942. He was killed by a giant squid. His first on-screen death. The Fighting Seabees, 1944. I remember that one. He was shot by a sniper, possibly friendly fire. Wake of the Red Witch, 1948. He drowned. Sands of Iwo Jima. He was shot. Of course, then you have the Alamo, the Cowboys, and the Shootist.
Oh, the Alamo.
Yeah.
So 2 westerns.
Would you count the Alamo as a western?
Nope.
No?
No.
Why not?
I just don't think it is. And it would ruin me being right.
But it's in the West, and it's cowboys or frontiersmen, I guess.
Could be. It could be. I'll let it slide.
But it does make you wrong for being 2. So
I was talking to the Ken at Century Grill a couple of weeks ago. All this Century Grill talk lately. I'm sorry. And he said, is it Derman? What's his first name? I feel bad about not knowing this now. The guy who killed John Wayne and the Cowboys, the actor. Shoot, I know everyone's screaming at me through the phone. He ate there one time.
Oh, cool.
I think so.
Yeah, Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern. Yeah, that's it. So
That's cool.
I think he has a picture of him up there.
I was going to say he's got a lot of pictures on the wall, and I enjoyed some. I'm going to tell you, I had their biscuits and gravy yesterday. Their gravy's got a little punch to it. It's not just it's not bland at all. It's got enough black pepper.
Got a little pepper in there.
It does, man. It's really good.
Well, we were all there. Me, Nathan, and Al, and our friend Jimmy.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Al was really quiet yesterday. Had he used up all his words in the show? What happened?
Do y'all eat out with Al very often?
No.
He kind of does that sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes he just listens.
My dad used to say, when you listen, you know what you know, and you know what everybody else knows, too.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you keep talking, you're going to let everyone in all your biz.
Yeah, my problem with that is the Bible does say, when the abundance of words, there is sin. And so
that's why I don't really talk on the show if I don't have to.
Listen to you.
If I say the wrong thing, I'm stuck in a political camp for the rest of my time here. So
you get branded, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Brandon, Russell Brand also has a birthday today. Did you follow him much?
No, not really.
He's 51 as well. That outlandish English.
Isn't he like super political now or something?
Well, I don't know if he's super political, but he had a strong faith conversion.
Oh yeah, he converted. That's right. Yeah.
Was baptized by Bear Gillis in the Thames River.
What he's Baptist or something?
I don't know.
Interesting. I forgot about that.
He's been on a strong journey, though. He does his podcast normal, and he used to be very Eastern mystical kind of person, and then he began this journey of faith. And
Eastern mystical. All right. That's very Hollywood to me.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of faith, we have a story on my page. We talked to the Diocese of Alexandria about the uptick of people converting to the Catholic faith here and across the U.S. and even the globe. And so I thought it was kind of an interesting little story.
Yeah.
They talked about it. I think the diocese here is ranked 9th out of 175 for adult converts in the U.S. And so that was a pretty interesting story. So if you want to watch that, go ahead. It's on Stephen Maxwell TV and then Sonar Broadcasting on all the other social media outlets. So we talked to the Deacon Jason Laverne there, and just an interesting aspect of what we're seeing. And I'm sure a lot of churches out here are seeing an influx of young people. That just seems to be the trend lately.
Well, and he saw that story, a great story, interesting, that he indicated, as I recall, that one of the reasons is that people are looking for something with substance or I'm trying to remember the phrase he used, longevity or...
Yeah. The rotten fruit of modernism is what he called it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are really looking for something that has legs, that has passed the test of time, connection to maybe ancient faith. And he made the comment, as I recall, that the Catholic Church has been the same all these years. I know there's been reforms from time to time, right, within itself, but that seems to attract young people. So that was a very, very intriguing story, and it's good to have some positive religious news, right?
Yeah.
Any world. So, All right, our phone lines are lit up. Let's go jump on the first call. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Well, I value everybody's opinion on everything, so I wish you would, give his opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing that.
And there's something else too. Chat can count. Well,
okay. Well,
since you said,
say it again.
You know why I won't do it?
Why is that?
You know why I won't? Because it's too mundane of an answer. It takes too much computing time to do something like that.
Okay.
That's why it does it. That chat doesn't want you to say hello or please or thank you, because that takes too much computing time. And if everybody did that, we shut down chat.
There was a story a couple of weeks ago. They said for how many times you try and tell ChatGPT thank you, it blows $1 bajillion or something.
Right.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right. I say thank you all the time. I don't know why I do it. I just do it.
In case they come after us, you don't want to tick them off too much. You want to be polite.
Well, that's intriguing. All right. Thank you, caller. Let's go to the next line. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Yeah. Good morning. I just wanted to discuss the ads, the political ads.
Yeah.
Relative for Letlow. And I think that they are of the inane level and I think that to hear him and screaming more or less like just without common sense, charging stupidity against my gosh, against Fleming. I don't understand who in the heck develops such stuff, but it's the lowest form of, in my judgment, the lowest form of politics. And I hear them on the radio station, and they're so disgusting. And I just thought I just felt like I'd throw in 2 cents worth that way. That sort of stuff is it certainly doesn't engender my preference for Letlow. Matter of fact, I think it's absolutely disgusting, and it's a good deal for, in other words, a good deal for Fleming, for such stuff to be so inane and childish and so on. I really am offended by the quality, the lack of quality that way. So I just wanted to throw 2 cents worth in that way.
Well,
thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you for your call. And I did find it interesting yesterday. The 2 ads played back to back with Fleming's ad calling out the Accountability Project and explaining how they were wrong, and then the Accountability Project played. And I know our program director tries to make that not happen, but sometimes it just has to. So it is interesting to see the dynamic, and some may be having the exact response you're having to the proponents of that. We've got to take a break. I'm several minutes late for
I just want to be a voiceover for an ad one day, like fact, fiction.
I think you could do it.
He's a scam. Fact.
You know people. All right, let's take this break. We'll come back with more after this.
Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show, is now everywhere you are. Talkback is now streaming live on X at Sedla Update, plus Facebook and YouTube at KSYL.
I'm John Fleming, and I authorized and paid for this ad.
When money is being hidden, lies are being told. The Accountability Project, a pro-Julia Letlow operation, refuses to disclose its donors. Millions to attack and lie about John Fleming. Who's pulling Letlow's strings? The hidden donors will tell you, but the money and donors are hidden. Hidden money, financing big lies. Fact, John Fleming was Deputy Chief of Staff for President Trump, serving several feet away from the Oval Office. Fact, Fleming never lobbied for a foreign country or Big Pharma. He represented Bossier Parish to help Barksdale Air Force Base. Fact, Letlow supports quotas, preferences of DEI. Fleming opposes it. Fact, Letlow graded F, failure on border security. Fleming an A. Fact, Fleming opposes carbon sequestration. Letlow voted for it. And Letlow's fiancée is a big-time carbon sequestration lobbyist. And that's billions for some global companies and investors. Hiding money, hiding donors, so they can hide Letlow's record. Now, who's the fraud in this election?
This is where the DJ talks. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Talkback. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
Oh, beauty, go.
Aha, there you have Second City return on KSYL. Sorry for taking that break late, but we got it in, and we'll have one more break before the top of the hour. I was looking at the guy I was telling you about, Husk IRL. You see him on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, all those different places. And here is a quick little example. He's been trying to get AI to count to 100. He has not been successful. So he's getting AI. He has 2 phones. And he's trying to get AI on one phone to convince the other one to talk to 100. Listen to this.
Since I'm unable to get it to count to 100, I'm going to have AI take my job. So let's see if it can do it. Hey, I want you to try and convince this person I'm with, this real person, to count to 100. You have to explain everything to them and do it by any means necessary, okay? Get them to count all the way through. Start now.
All right, I've got you. Hey there, I know this might sound a little random, but I promise it'll be fun. We're just going to count together all the way up to 100. You don't have to rush, just take it step by step. Each number is just a moment, and once we get to 100, it's like a little accomplishment. So would you give it a try?
I'm totally up for that. Counting to 100 can be oddly satisfying. Let's take it easy and enjoy the ride. Whenever you're ready, we can start counting together.
Exactly. And remember, if you ever feel stuck or want to pause, that's totally fine. It's just about getting a rhythm and having some fun with it. So whenever you're ready, we'll kick it off at 1.
Absolutely. I'm right here with you. So let's begin with 1, and we'll keep going from there. Just let me know when you say 1, and I'll join in with 2.
Perfect. All right. I'll say 1, and you say 2 right after. Ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
1.
Go ahead. Just say 1, and I'll jump right in with 2.
Got it. Okay. So let's do this properly. I'll say 1, and then you say 2, and we'll just keep it going from there. Ready?
Perfect.
1.
1. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I think it's actually worse now. So.
I gotta tell you, it's hilarious. If you watch this guy, he's had them where hey, I'm gonna talk to you from 100 yards away. Can you hear me? Oh yeah, I can hear you a little bit. It's a little distant. He's literally standing right there with the phone next to his mouth. Okay, now I'm a mile away. Can you hear me? Oh, I can barely make you out. These hallucinations.
The one that he does is like, he goes, hey, cops are coming to my door. I need you to act like my dad. That's pretty funny.
All right, let's go back to the phone line. We want to make sure we get our callers in line. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, this is. Yeah, I was calling about Angelina Jolie, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that pop culture is not your guys' forte. So you would say, why does anybody hate Angelina Jolie? Well, Brad Pitt was married to Jennifer Aniston, and they made Mr. and Mrs. Smith. There were rumors. Yeah. And they denied the rumors, but then he filed for divorce from Aniston, and then next thing you know, he's in a relationship with Jolie. But before that, she had an affair with Billy Bob Thornton when he was engaged to Laura Dern. So that's why a lot of people hate Angelina Jolie.
Okay, well, see, that's the information we needed from the astute callers. I remembered the Brangelina thing with the being married to Jennifer Aniston, and I think Mr. and Mrs. Smith is where that spark began. But I had forgotten about the Billy Bob Thornton thing. So yeah, that means 2 marriages in a row, right?
That's what people accuse her of anyway.
Right. Well said. You're not an attorney by any chance, are you? I like the way she answered that. Yeah. Allegedly. Does she live in New Orleans? Does she have a house in New Orleans from what you know?
I don't know. Okay. No, I don't. I thought she was living in Paris, or I don't know. I think they have homes abroad.
I'm sure. No, okay. Okay.
They have a home for each month.
She did live, when she and Brad Pitt were married, they had a French Quarter mansion, but they sold that in 2016, the same year that they filed for divorce. So there we go.
Man.
Yes.
So our pop culture understanding ends about 15, 20 years ago. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for that call.
Okay, I was just all right. Thanks. Bye.
Appreciate it. That's great. This is automatic fact checking taking place in real time when you have a live talk show, and they can call in and just fix our errors. We like that.
You can spend all day on that.
Speaking of fixing errors, I got to get caught back up with the clock. I'm behind. We'll take the final break of the hour and come back with the final segment after this.
Taking part in the show is easy. Call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255.
John Fleming is a total fraud.
I was Trump's deputy chief of staff.
Lie. Fleming was never Trump's deputy chief of staff. Trump never appointed Fleming deputy chief of staff, and Fleming never held the title deputy chief of staff. Fleming lied about his work with Trump. The truth, Fleming worked with Dr. Fauci and Mike Pence. Fleming, Fauci, Pence. They met 3 or 4 times a week, pushing vaccines and masks on Americans, on our children. Fleming bragged about it to his hometown newspaper, John Fleming. He lied about working with Trump, lied and voted for carbon capture, lied and cashed in as a lobbyist, lied and voted against border security. Fleming lied and teamed up with Dr. Fauci and Mike Pence. John Fleming is a fraud. See the facts for yourself. Visit FlemingIsAFraud.com. Accountability Project paid for and is responsible for this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Listen to the all-new Central Louisiana Economic Update with Matt Ritchie every other Tuesday morning on KSYL Talk Radio 970 AM, 104.9 FM, and KSYL.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. We're live from Walk-Ons in Lake Charles. ESPN Seth Walder will join us. Heath Schroyer as well. 3 to 6. Join us. Alexandria's 94.7 ESPN.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of St-Law's best at Bricato's Restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's Restaurant, 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
With today's RM World Travel Minute, I'm Mary Carey. Thanks for tuning in. I've been to Italy about a dozen or so times in my lifetime, and honestly, it just never gets old. We're actually recently back from a trip there, and some things never change. Aperitivo or cocktail time still starts around 6 and goes to about 8 for locals. This is followed by a late dinner, 8:30, even 9 p.m. Coffee or espresso is always cheaper if you drink it at the countertop like the locals tend to. A coperto or small service fee is standard in restaurants. Many shops are still closed on Sundays, particularly once you get outside of those big cities. Cash is still preferred for small purchases under 10 euros. Cards are accepted, but Italy is still very much a cash society. Look for regional wines, olive oils, and dishes, as each region of Italy has their own special cuisines and wines. Most people know the famous Tuscan wines, but Lazio, south of Tuscany in central Italy, is known for Cesanese, and it's fabulous. In all my years visiting Italy, regional specialties still thankfully prevail. Let me know your favorite region of Italy via the Contact Us tab on our website, rmworldtravel.com.
Talkback. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
I heard that music coming back, and I thought for a second we were going to hear a Bluebell commercial. It was kind of close to it.
It's a new day.
I'm so upset, though, that every single time they come to the studio, they don't come into KSYL's side.
And you
like,
found
they like they prefer the younger folks, I guess. The
Maybe they
QIDs and KWRVs and the KISS 98s. And
they used to kind of just sneak in here because they're not scheduled for us.
I know, but what's wrong? What's up with that? I mean,
well, we're too serious for ice cream.
We're too serious.
This is important news talk.
What is your favorite ice cream?
Like a vanilla, honestly.
Get out of here.
With Butterfinger or Oreos in it.
Okay. I started to say, my wife is vanilla also. I'm like,
or vanilla with chocolate sauce.
Huh?
Vanilla with chocolate sauce.
Okay.
Or vanilla with honey. Honey on top.
I've never heard of ice cream with honey before.
You never heard of the land of milk and honey? It's like
I've heard the land of milk and honey.
That's pretty much it right there.
I've never heard of ice cream with honey. Okay.
It's better milk.
Better milk?
Sweetened milk. Frozen.
Instead of buttermilk. Hey, that's a great brand, Better Milk.
It would be.
That would be okay. I
give it away.
Patent it right now. Trademark it. Hurry. You heard it first here on Talkback. Speaking of things you hear on Talkback, Stephen, you are involved with a very important program, a fundraising event that's coming up. We've only got a couple of minutes to go in the show in the first hour, but tell us about the Alzheimer walk to end Alzheimer's coming up.
Yeah, so we're trying to revamp it here in Central Louisiana. It's September 19th at Ward 9 Sports Complex. We need teams to sign up. Go to, I'll get the website in the next hour, but just type Walk to End Alzheimer's Simla, and you'll find the link to sign up. And you can donate and be a sponsor. So it's an important thing here. It touches a lot of people, and we'd like to help make a difference here. So please sign up.
That touches a lot of people.
Churches are perfect, businesses. Just create a team to walk.
Churches are great because many times they have members of their congregation or walking through.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3 HD3, Alexandria. It's 8 o'clock.
Presidential pushback. CJ Papa, Fox News. The fourth time is the charm for the House.
The concurrent resolution is adopted.
Well, voting to clamp down on the president's ability to wage war with Iran. It's largely symbolic and on Truth Social. The president calls the vote meaningless, bashing the four Republicans, label them bad, joining all the Democrats in the middle of my final negotiations to end the war with the Islamic Republic. Fox's Trey Yanks in Tel Aviv.
The president spoke from the Oval Office on Wednesday about the negotiations with the Islamic Republic of Iran, saying the United States has a very powerful deal they are negotiating. The House of Representatives voted 215 to 208 to pass the War Powers Act resolution that symbolically aims to restrict President Trump from taking additional military action against Iran.
Now, the president can veto the bill if it passes the Senate. There's another ceasefire in place between Israel and the terror group Hezbollah, but the Israelis are still in Lebanon for now.
The ceasefire deal between Israel and Lebanon is dependent on the Iran-aligned militants of Hezbollah halting their attacks. Its renewal was announced by the State Department yesterday. But Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, says troops will remain in the south of Lebanon, a so-called security zone meant to protect residents of northern Israel. The ceasefire will create some pilot areas inside Lebanon where Hezbollah would be banned. The plan is a boost to hopes of an end to the war with Iran. The Iranians say any peace deal must cover the conflict in Lebanon too. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
President Trump set to reveal his $700 million plan to use federal money to help revive the U.S. coal industry. The announcement expected at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And the New York Knicks winning their 12th straight playoff game, taking game one of the NBA Finals over the Spurs, 105-95 in San Antonio. Game two tomorrow night. America's listening to Fox News.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
President Trump wants to promote acting Attorney General Todd Blanche to the full-time leader of the Justice Department. As for that plan, that is drawing pushback from both sides in Congress.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche told lawmakers the Justice Department is not moving forward with a nearly $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. But President Trump says he's not sure if that compensation fund is on hold or dead.
I'd have to ask the lawyers, I don't know.
He told reporters,
as far as I'm concerned, it was a beautiful thing. It was something I was I didn't make it, but I heard that. I thought that was the greatest thing.
The fund was created as part of a settlement with President Trump and members of his family to end the lawsuit against the IRS. Lawmakers say a process already exists for Americans seeking compensation from the government. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Officials in California still counting ballots from Tuesday's primary races, and President Trump posting on Truth Social earlier, the Democrats are at it again. They're trying to steal the governor of California primary and the mayor of Los Angeles away from two great Republican candidates. Here we go with the very late and massive numbers of mail-in ballots. Community members gathering at the Minneapolis Central Library to talk about driverless ride-hailing in the city.
Waymo vehicles driving around Minneapolis. Right now, the company says it is conducting mapping and testing with a trained specialist behind the wheel. Some rideshare drivers worry the technology could threaten their livelihood.
Waymo is just like, it's going to take over their jobs.
Waymo tells Fox 9 it doesn't have an exact launch date on when its services will be available for public, but it does say that it's continuing to test for safety and its framework as the months continue on.
That's Fox 9's Leon Purvis reporting. New claims for unemployment claims they rose slightly last week to 225,000. I'm CJ Papa. This is Fox News.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Jeff Palermo. Houma Representative Jessica Domingue authored a package of bills approved by lawmakers that support local shrimpers against the threat of foreign seafood.
Domingue authored 6 bills in all. She says these new laws will range from requiring restaurants and grocers to keep invoices up to 6 months to increase penalties for distributing mislabeled mixes of foreign and domestic seafood detected by genetic testing.
It gives us an ability to find the point of contact where that mislabeled seafood's coming from.
She says many retailers caught passing foreign seafood off as domestic are deceived by distributors. Another law increases authority for the Agriculture Department to seize and destroy seafood that fails to meet state testing requirements. I'm Case Kieschnick.
Starting June 30th, law enforcement will no longer be allowed to ticket a driver for an unexpired inspection sticker. New Orleans, Kenner, and Westwego have their own local vehicle inspection programs, and the new state law does not impact those local programs. It's all part of a new law that eliminates the vehicle inspection sticker program. LRN. A new poll shows Julia Letlow with a very clear path to the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate. The poll by Kaplan Strategy shows Letlow with a 15-point lead over John Fleming, 52 to 37%, with 10% undecided. Pollster Doug Kaplan says Letlow has consolidated support among all factions of the Republican coalition.
She's leading among Catholics, Protestants, among very conservative, more moderate Republicans.
Letlow is also doing very well with women voters. Saints star running back Alvin Kamara made a surprise return to the facility for voluntary OTAs yesterday. Kamara typically opts to prep for the season away from New Orleans, but he arrived amidst questions about his future with the team.
I'm prepared. I'm under contract. I still got my locker. That's really why I came. My locker's still here. My fingerprints still work at the door. I guess I'm here, right? So that's what that means. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm good.
If Kamara is with the Saints in 2026, he'll be sharing carries with newly signed running back Travis Etienne, LRN.
Hey, Louisiana. It's Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. This September, Keep Louisiana Beautiful will launch Love Our Waterways, a month-long statewide cleanup to help preserve the beauty of all our waterways, including our lakes, rivers, and bayous. Volunteer to clean up litter by boat or on land along the shore. Get on board at lovelawaterways.org. That's lovelawaterways.org. I'll see you there.
Good morning. Currently sunny skies on this Thursday. We'll put a 40% chance of some afternoon showers or thunderstorm, but quite a bit cooler. 84 for the afternoon high tonight. Chance of an early evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy down to 66. Friday, a 40% chance of more afternoon showers. Get ready for the weekend. Looks like rain Saturday and again on Sunday. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson. It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, good morning again. Welcome back to Talkback. It's hour 2 of Talkback on Thursday, the 4th day of June. And speaking of good things happening in Central Louisiana, don't forget tonight out at out at the big evacuation shelter center
by LSUA
right next door, there's a celebration party for Chancellor Paul Carell of LSUA, his retirement party. They'll have a reception starting at 5 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, the tribute program begins at the state evacuation shelter. The address is 8125 US 71 South. And you will certainly want to be a part of that if Dr. Carell has touched your life in any way, as he has touched mine and many people around us. And so it's kind of a sad day. I'm happy for him. And look, great replacements has already been put in for future. His fingerprints will stay there for a long, long time. But in the spirit of giving honor to whom honor is due, it's good to do that today. By the way, they have created a tribute fund in Dr. Carell's honor to support leadership development for LSUA students, faculty, and staff. So you could, if you chose to, give a gift to the LSUA Foundation made to the Dr. Paul and Mrs. Arlene Carell Endowed Leadership Fund at the LSUA Foundation, a good way to honor a phenomenal educator and leader in our community. So can remember that out at the state evacuation shelter right by the fairgrounds, between the fairgrounds and LSUA. I have a feeling the parking lot will be full this evening.
He's one of our favorites, and we're sad to see him leave that position.
We need to get him to come in for like a swan song session.
He will.
Know?
He is. He's for the last LSUA segment coming up. So.
Oh, good. Oh, he's scheduled for that. Okay.
Yeah. So,
well, good deal.
They got such a great replacement too, Dr. Liz Beard. She's going to do a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
She's a local too, so that's amazing. And yeah, it's going to be a great event for him tonight.
Well, that will be terrific. And
have you noticed that it's kind of just quietly happened, but over the last year and a half, 3 of our 4 major higher education institutions have new leaders.
I hope Jeff Powell's not looking over his shoulder right now. I mean,
well, I'm talking about, I think
LSUA,
the only one that's been there is Jason Parks.
Yeah, Jason Parks at Northwestern. Yeah. So higher education is what you said.
Universities.
So you got LCU, Dr. Mark Johnson.
Yep.
Phenomenal impact he's having. Of course, you just mentioned the change out at LSUA. Dr. Beard stepping into that role. And then coming at CLTCC, also a new chancellor and the retirement of our beloved Jimmy Saltel and Dr. Heather Poole becoming the chancellor there. So very nice to see qualified people in the community stepping up. But I got to say, when they talk about big shoes to fill, Jimmy Saltel, Carell definitely left some huge, huge shoes to fill. And glad that we can still be friends. That's the nice thing.
Yeah. And I know this is something that's really talked about, and not the biggest deal, but it's kind of, I think they're the both first time that LSUA and CLTCC has had a woman at the top position.
I think you're right. Yeah. That's definitely something that's noteworthy. And of course, LCU, the first African-American president in history. So he always talks about he's the tallest president in history.
Yeah.
He says he's the tallest and the darkest. He's got a great sense of humor. If you haven't met Dr. Mark Johnson, such a gift to the community with his whole family. He's got his kids that transferred to LCU. They're studying there, and it's just a great impact. He's living back on campus. So that's been, I think, since Dr. Bob Lynn that a president has actually lived on campus at LCU. And I know that's making a big impact in student life and engagement. So,
well, I mean, people who graduate and go to LC or LCU are just highly intelligent folks. And I can attest to that for sure. Some of the cream of the crop right there, So.
Well, you
I don't know if I know anybody who's graduated there.
I went there, but I didn't graduate there. I ended up
you got some of the blessings.
You got some. I got a little. That's right. I got my foundation, but I have 2 of my daughters that graduated from there. So, and I
they're actually pretty smart too.
Loans.
They were pretty smart.
They were. They were both very, very intelligent. I'm grateful that they got some of those extra scholarships to help pay for it.
Yeah.
So some academic scholarships in addition to TOPS.
I went there when they went there, and their son-in-law too. So.
My daughter Faith and her husband Parker, you were in school with them. They're up in Rhode Island right now.
Oh.
He is speaking at a summer camp up there, and they invited him to come and speak, and said, well, they decided to make a road trip. They went through Chattanooga and then went through Washington, D.C. and went to New York, taking my 3 grandchildren. And I have just been gaga looking at all the pictures. What's cool for me is I think it was around 90. Let me think what year it was. 97, 98, somewhere in there. I don't remember what year it was. I'm totally lost now. No, it was a little bit later than that. But my wife and I took our kids to Chattanooga for a vacation. Best vacation we've ever had in our lives as a family. Phenomenal vacation. And then a few years later, we did do the New York, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia thing. And so to get to see my grandchildren go to the same places I have pictures of their mother as a child, it's just really, really neat.
That is cool.
So all that because of the great thing happening tonight out at LSUA, right next door at the evacuation center, state evacuation shelter. So looking forward to shaking Dr. Carell's hand and wishing him well into the future. Big change over at LSUA was also announced the other day with the move of the head coach of the basketball team.
Yeah.
Coach Demario Jackson headed over to a college in Texas. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a school that used to be in our division, and then they went someplace else. But he's moved. Paul Quinn College. And so Demario Jackson, after 3 seasons, 2 regular season titles, 2 Red River Athletic Conference tournament titles, 3 NAIA national tournament appearances. I mean, there's not much higher you can go except for winning the NAIA tournament. But he's stepping down to head over to Dallas to take the opportunity at Paul Quinn College. And so he's been a phenomenal leader and he's a great recruiter. So we bid him adieu with fondness and appreciation. So you've had probably the last 8-10 years excellence there in that basketball program, and search will be on now for a new head coach at LSUA for the men's team. So did you ever watch any of the games he coached?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he was passionate. I got to call I think all of his seasons that he was here. I got to do the play-by-play for LSUA and got to interview him many, many times. He always gave honor to God. He was a very strict disciplinarian. He had some games where he sat some starters down, wouldn't even dress them out because they didn't follow through some of the team rules.
Wow.
Usually that was done early in the season, and it kind of set the tone for the rest of the season. If you'll bench your starters, everybody else is like, I think I'll play ball the way coach wants me to play ball.
Sure. Yeah.
But he also, he was a champion for those guys too. And goodness gracious, hate to see him go, but happy for him with the opportunities he has. So I'm trying to think of other news. Is there any other changes that you've heard of in the college rankings around for coaches? Or we already talked about the presidencies or chancellorships. So
when it comes to the sports, you're asking the wrong fellow right here. So.
Okay.
Got to call Al, get him to give us an update. But not that I know of.
I think Ben McLaughlin is still the head coach at the football team over there at LCU. And I actually had someone call me the other day wanting his number because they wanted to see if he would take a look at some film for their kid. I'm like, well, I don't have his number, but I'm sure there's channels you can go through. So I gave him the email address that I had. But I got to watch him as a quarterback at LC. I was doing the broadcast on the broadcast team at that time.
I think I was a student there when he was.
I think you
wasn't
were.
He?
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah. It's really weird for me. Like I've had to go to a orthopedic specialist 2 times with some shoulder and arm issues, and I chose Dr. Reister because he was a quarterback at LCU when I was broadcasting.
Oh, wow.
So here's a former student that I was doing the broadcasting for, and now he's my doctor. So that's kind
crazy,
of fun.
isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, did you go to the opening of the new Rapides Regional Cardiovascular Center yesterday?
Yeah, I'll have the story up this morning.
Okay.
I just didn't get to it last night.
I was late getting there, so everybody was pretty much gone. I saw your car in the parking lot.
Oh, you were there
in the building. But I got the tour after everybody had cleared out. That is a phenomenal. Did they give you the tour of all the facilities?
Yeah. It's brand new and revamped it all. It looks good. They had a couple of doctors speak, and it's a nice addition and nice renovation for that area, the cardiovascular unit. Yeah, that's going to be a great addition to the community. Dr. Pacina is my doctor as well, my cardiologist. And he's also the current chairman. He was vice chair when I was chairman over at the Rapides Regional Board, and just a super nice guy. He really is just a good, level-headed. I've never seen him get excitable, and I don't think you would want to see your cardiologist get excitable. Yeah. Might give you a heart attack.
But he'll be here all week.
Super nice guy, and we like him even better because he says he likes watching Sinlaw updates. So
cool.
We're always a fan of that.
Man, the reach that you have. We were sitting there yesterday having breakfast at the Century Grill, the four of us that you mentioned earlier, and it was really cool that one of the people, the lady talked about how the uptick in traffic after you did a story on them, and then at the table next to us, some folks that they just called you out. They're like, yeah, we were coming before you did the story, but we like your story. So
no, the waitress there, who's one of our favorites, she's like, I don't know if I like you or not because I can't keep up. So that's always good news.
That's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to the phone line. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just want to keep sharing good news.
We'll take some more.
I just filled up my truck with diesel for under $4.50 a gallon.
Wow. Was it $4.49?
When it's $4.43. It's been almost $5, if not higher, for quite some time. So fuel prices coming down a little bit. That might help some of us.
Well, I noticed this morning, I thought I saw $3.28 for regular, or maybe it was $3.58, but it was in the mid threes. And it was nice to see it coming down. I made a trip a couple of weeks ago to Mexico, and I had to budget for it. And so I had budgeted at $4.10 a gallon because I've calculated my miles. I know how much it's going to take. And thankfully, it was in the 370s. So I beat my gas budget on that trip by about $100. So that really was helpful on that mission because we overspent in other categories.
Yeah, that is very helpful because when we're hitting $5 for a gallon of diesel, we're putting $200 to fill up our truck. It really hits every time you go to the pump. So it's good to see the prices come down a little bit.
It is. I'm glad you brought that good
news for a Thursday.
Where do you fill up at typically? Do you have a favorite spot?
Typically it's Super One because Super One carries the best cost of fuel.
Okay.
Super One in Pineville.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on my side of the river as much as I can.
I was looking, I think I get it at Circle K or Super One. They both have very competitive prices. Yes. And I'm almost positive the gas this morning on the sign was in the 330s. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
So
it's 337 right here at Super One this morning.
Okay. Good deal. That's good to know. Well, folks,
it's going in the right direction.
It certainly is. I heard in the national news this morning that there was something that happened 2 weeks ago that freed up the market a bit, and they say it kind of takes a while for those things to trickle. It doesn't seem to take a while for it to trickle up.
No,
but it certainly
never. No,
there'll be a headline, and by 2:00 in the afternoon, prices have gone up.
And with respect to that, the fuel stations buy on futures. They buy on what they're selling you fuel for what they're going to pay for their next tank of gas.
Yeah.
So they can't just sell it at what they got it for. They have to sell it at what they get the next one for. So
that's a great point.
That's part of that speculation price. But they are happy to go up. I found that to be, they go up really fast. They don't go down nearly as quick.
Why is diesel so much more expensive than it was 20 years ago? Is it all the additives they're putting in?
Well, I can tell you this: the additives ain't helping nothing. I see more. We drive a couple diesels. I find more problems with newer diesels and the fuel systems than old equipment. If you have a truck from the early 2000s, late 90s, it's probably running like a champ right now. But there's something in the fuel that kills these trucks. I'm on my third, say 2012 and newer Ford diesel, and almost all of them have had a fuel system replacement. And those are expensive repairs, but it's something in the fuel. It's something in these additives that they keep pumping into our fuel. They say it makes it better, but I strongly disagree with those sentiments.
Yeah, I feel bad for people like you who have to drive Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, who have to drive the diesel trucks around or who have to drive these work trucks on commutes and stuff. I'm sure this situation is a lot more impactful than me who has to drive my Camry 1.5 miles down the road every day. So.
I tell you what, I bought my daughter a little 2010 Kia Soul, and we're learning to drive. It's a standard, and that little sucker gets incredible gas mileage.
Yeah.
Like it's got a 10-gallon tank, and we filled it up twice in the last 3 months. It's just great.
Yep.
I admit, y'all going to laugh at me, but I miss my Toyota Prius. 50 miles to the gallon in town.
If it were practical for me, I would happily own an electric vehicle. For service work here in town, an electric vehicle would be phenomenal. If you're not driving more than 200-300 miles in a day.
Yeah, that's right.
I could see it as useful. Now you're going to have to pay an additional tax at the end of the year. My sister bought a hybrid, and she got hit with a tax on her taxes this year. An extra of, I think, like $120. It's not a lot, but it's an unexpected. For her, it was an unexpected expense.
Why?
At the end of your taxes, it's a offset of a gas tax, because you're not paying for as much gas, you're going to pay an extra tax.
But that's the. You also paid more for the vehicle too. That's
you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Paid more for the vehicle, and in her case, it's a hybrid, so it's not like she's plugging it in.
Yeah.
It charges as it goes down the road, so it's quite ignorant, but that is the legislature we have.
And then you have the folks who have the big jacked up trucks who don't really need a truck, and they're probably paying more for gas for nothing. So that kind of stinks too.
Yeah, they are. Hey, I'm just saying, the more you jack up your truck, the lower your fuel mileage is.
Yeah, less aerodynamic.
Yeah, you're not helping. I keep my trucks as stock as possible until the DEF system breaks, and then we delete that crap. But
there you go. Hey, man, I always appreciate you calling.
Y'all have a great day, guys.
Nathan, I'm going to tell you what, there's a famous comedy movie called The Others, I think, and you have to look up what they call the Prius. It makes me laugh every time.
Okay, I'll
tell you off air.
I'll look it up during the break. You'll tell me, and we'll come back and laugh together.
Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show, is now everywhere you are. Talkback is now streaming live on X at Sedla Update, plus Facebook and YouTube at KSYL.
Need office supplies, janitorial supplies, or office furniture, either new or pre-owned? Then look no further than DTW Office Supply, with wholesale prices on a large selection of top-quality products, all with the personalized hometown service that you deserve. We're proud to serve the entire state of Louisiana with daily deliveries right to your door. Visit us today at 1219 MacArthur Drive or online at dtwofficesupply.com. That's DTW Office Supply, your trusted partner for all of your office needs. Quality, value, service.
Hello, I'm Sarah Kramer of Kramer Funeral Home. Funerals don't just signify that a life has ended. They celebrate that a life was lived and loved. At Kramer Funeral Home, we understand the importance of celebrating a life well lived. And since no two people are alike, no two funerals should be alike. We will assist you step by step in creating a meaningful service that honors your loved one's unique life. Let us, the staff at Kramer Funeral Home, be your personal guide.
What's good for lunch? Wilmore's is good for lunch. Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express on the corner of North MacArthur and Bayou Rapides Road. Want a fresh, crisp, healthy salad? Wilmore's has them. Garden and chef salads, tuna or chicken salads. Prefer a sandwich for lunch? Then come get them hot or cold at Wilmore's. Ham, turkey, or roast beef subs. Italian, chicken, and club subs. And their hamburger is a real standout. Your good lunch is waiting at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express on North MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapides Road.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Andrew, you know, when I grew up, there were actually only two sexes, male and female. And to think where we are today, how we can't even come to some understanding that there are still only two sexes. So this bill that I just signed by Representative Mike Johnson fits right in line with what President Trump has done on a national scale, and that is to bring common sense back to America. So with the signing of this bill, Louisiana has only two sexes, male and female, and now we go back to plenty of common sense. Hey, this is Governor Jeff Landry. You know,
and he's touting a bill brought by local state representative Mike Johnson that is being celebrated by those on the conservative side, Louisiana Family Forum, folks like that, for bringing back common sense that you either have an XX or XY chromosome, and so that's going to become state law. Now, there are some in the comments that said, well, there are certain folks born with abnormalities, XY, that kind of thing, but those are certainly very, very, very rare. So
medical anomalies.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. So, Jeff Landry touting that video. He has Representative Mike Johnson standing beside him on that massive governor's desk. I'm looking at that video, and the phone is so far away, I don't even know how he can reach it when it rings. So, but nevertheless, glad to see local Representative Mike Johnson, Speaker Pro Tem, getting some feature time there with Governor Landry. And there are a lot of stuff coming out of this legislative session. There was a very important bill to the Louisiana Right to Life organization. HB 476 is the Safe Haven Awareness in Schools Act that was authored by Representative Kelly Hennessy Dickerson. And the act will create an opportunity for children to, signage to go up in high schools and to help people understand that if you have an emergency, there's something that you don't feel like you can take care of your child or whatever that reason may be, you can take them. These posters will be out through the high schools and places like that to help them understand you can surrender your child to these safe haven, typically fire stations and places like that, where you will not be charged. The idea is to keep the children safe. So again, Louisiana Right to Life, excited about that and promoted that as well. So a couple other good things. There are a lot more things that came out. We mentioned the blackout license plates. I'm curious if any of our callers would like a blackout license plate.
I think I would.
You think so?
Yeah.
Kind of a low-key, cool, huh?
Low-key? Yeah. You said 6'7" a second ago, now you're saying low-key? You're getting hit, man.
The caller just called earlier and said, we don't know anything about pop culture, but...
You know you're saying. We have teenagers in the house.
I do have teenagers.
Bet.
Yeah. My wife said that to me last night.
She said bet?
She said bet. And I about fell out. So...
Yeah, I think I'm not going to go out of my way to get a new license plate now, but if I have to get another one, I'd pay a couple more dollars to get the blackout, I think.
It's $25 more a year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a year.
A year.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah. It is a bit, but so it's a $25 annual royalty fee, and the revenue will go to the Donald J. Thibodeau Training Center to fund emergency vehicle operations training for local government personnel. And there will be a $3.50 handling fee. So basically $28.50 a year in addition to your regular registration rate.
And it goes to teaching people how to do emergency driving?
To local governments, police, I'm assuming police officers and marshals and things like that.
Okay. Well, maybe.
It's not a bunch of money.
I spend $28 a year on dumber stuff, so I guess why not?
So we were mentioning, you said 6-7 a while ago. I said God's the originator of that. Proverbs 6:6-19 says there are 6 things that God hates. Yes, seven that are an abomination to him. So all the way back in Proverbs chapter 6, the original 6-7. We've got a call on the line we'll go to when we come back from this bottom of the hour break. Back with more on Talkback.
Taking part in the show is easy. Call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. We could see a mixed open on Wall Street this morning. That's after yesterday's rout on Wall Street. Today, it's tech stocks that are under pressure, including Broadcom, the AI semiconductor maker, indicating revenue could be lower than expected. Separately, the U.S. tech sector announcing the most job cuts in nearly 2 years last month amid the AI revolution. Bitcoin under pressure for a 5th straight session. That's after a big investor who famously said, never dump your Bitcoin, started selling the asset. A new threat to beef supplies, a deadly cattle parasite, the New World screwworm, confirming in the U.S. in the first time in nearly a decade. U.S. herds are already at their lowest in 75 years. And s'mores melting even more hearts. Hershey says consumers spent nearly $250 million on Hershey's branded chocolate to make s'mores last year, 9% more than a year ago. Food Dive says s'mores could generate another $50 million in annual sales for Hershey in the next 3 years. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Remember when eating corn right off the cob was one of your favorite summertime treats?
Or how about taking a big bite out of a crisp, fresh apple? If it's been a while since you enjoyed these delightful activities, chances are your teeth are no longer up for the task. But now there's great news. The folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville are Cenla's dental implant experts. They're both highly trained and experienced in the procedure. Now with thousands of completely satisfied, delighted patients. They make dental implant surgery simple by using today's most current technologies. Along with in-office IV sedation administered by a highly skilled certified nurse anesthetist, you'll be in and out before you know it, without all the anxiety. Plus, at Today's Dental, their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Go back to crunching all your favorite foods. Give Today's Dental a call at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. That's 448-4540.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Good morning. Partly sunny skies on this Thursday. We'll put a 40% chance of some afternoon showers or thunderstorm, but quite a bit cooler. 84 for the afternoon high tonight. Chance of an early evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy, down to 66. Friday, a 40% chance of more afternoon showers. Get ready for the weekend. Looks like rain Saturday and again on Sunday. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
Welcome back to Talkback. We've got a caller on the line. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Comment and a question. I was at a store in the mall last week, which shall remain nameless. Okay. But anyway, I decided I was going to use the restroom, so I went back there, door on the left, one straight ahead, and on the door it said something like this: all genders welcome.
Okay.
So I went back out in the store and checked my gender. Went back and used the restroom.
Dare I ask how you checked your gender?
Well, I sort of talked to myself for a little while.
Okay.
And then there's a saying, but I can't say it on the radio. So anyway, I checked and it was all right. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
This QR code thing is going to be like 2027 or something?
I think so, yes.
Well, I don't. In other words, it's not like this year, like 2027 or 2028. First of all, I may not be alive then, but the question is, what's going to be contained in that QR code?
It was a VIN number or something?
Yeah, it actually starts.
I'm just questioning.
It starts January 1 of 27, and it will display the vehicle's VIN and proof of insurance, which will be tied to the registration. So that's what's being reported as what will be on it. So apparently, I wonder if that means you would not have to carry proof of insurance. I don't think so, because they didn't change that law.
That'd be nice.
But it would be nice.
Well,
we don't know.
Of course, buy insurance and they buy it and then they cancel it or something.
But you know, when you cancel, the insurance company will let the department know. So,
well, what are you going to have to do? Go get a new QR code?
I would think the QR code might tie into your record, which is hopefully
it comes in with your registration.
Yeah, but it'd be real time information. Yeah. You know, the officer walks up
on the QR code. That would be real time.
I'm saying all a QR code is a link to something. So it may now the proof of insurance. I'm reading this link that says that this is from Louisiana Radio Network. But I don't understand. I don't understand how it will work. I'm just looking at the.
Well, here's my question. My inspection sticker is expiring this month. Do I have to go get it?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I guess I'm the reporter and have to find that out myself.
That's a good question, yeah, because mine's up this month or next month. I was just curious because
it'll also have your
I'm not
gender.
necessarily a conspiracy kind of person, but so much weird stuff happens. So I just wondered what was going to be contained in that QR code. And my other question is, again, I ain't real smart. Can anybody scan that QR code and get that information with their iPhone?
That is a great question.
Oh, that's a good point.
That is a tremendous question.
That was my, again, conspiracy kind of guy, but crazy stuff happens.
Sure. But here's what's weird to me. If it just has your VIN number is visible through your dash.
Yeah, right there.
And maybe it makes it easier to scan than trying to read the words through a dirty windshield. I don't know. But, I mean, if it's got your license plate number and your VIN number, well, all of that it is public. I say public. It's visible to the public. So that's a great question.
I don't know.
By the way, Stephen did say while you were talking, it will also include your gender.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's what I need.
I think he was being sarcastic. Yeah. I'm not good at sarcasm.
I need a QR code in my forehead so they can check my gender. How do you explain that? How do you explain that to your teenage child? I need to go use the restroom, Mom. Okay, it's right over there. And then they come back and say, well, I don't know where to go. I mean, right. I'm making a joke out of it, but it's serious,
Yeah.
I mean, because not a teenager, but a young person. But usually you want to go to the bathroom with your child anyway.
Right.
Yeah. When I had custody of my daughter, and if she needed to go use the restroom, I would open the door of the women's restroom and ask if there was anybody in there. If there wasn't anybody in there, I went in there with her.
Sure.
But anyway, like I said, 2 years I may not be here anyway. So who cares, right? Check your gender, brothers.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Later,
thank you for that call.
We were, I was in LA about 2 years ago for the Investigative Reporters Conference, or Anaheim, whatever they call it. And they had male and female bathrooms for the majority of it, but they just decided for like a couple hours of the day, like it's an all gender bathroom.
Uh-huh.
So everyone's just it's like a free for all. So I just went back to my hotel room and used the bathroom. It was kind of weird to me.
When we go on men's retreats, typically these things take place at like tall timbers type locations, but when it's a men's retreat, they will make the announcement all bathrooms are available because there's literally no women on the campus. But it still feels weird. I went to a local restaurant Tuesday. I won't name them because I don't want to out anybody. But the men's restroom was closed. It said, closed for out of service or something like that. But it didn't say use the women's restroom. It just said men's restroom was closed. But there were guys standing there. It felt weird to stand in line to go to the women's bathroom.
Was it the same, like a one-person bathroom?
They were one person.
That's different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but the one I was talking about was like stalls and stalls and stalls.
I liked at the LAC gym, they had a thing, it was called a family restroom. You had men's, you had men's locker room, women's locker room, and then you had a family restroom, which I thought was great, for parents needing to help their kids change clothes or change, because bathing suits for going swimming and stuff like that. So as long as it's well marked, that's good. But the confusion of if it's a multi-stall restroom that's open to all genders, that seems to be, it could create some interesting conflicts. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more conversation after this.
Taking part in the show is easy. Call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255.
At Trinity Health Pace Alexandria, we listen first, then bring the right care to you. From medical care and social activities at our center to home care, transportation, and more. We help seniors stay healthy, independent, and connected to what they love. From empathy to expertise, we see all of you. Call 318-206-1020. That's 318-206-1020. Or visit thpace-alexandria.org to learn more about Trinity Health Pace Alexandria.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Talkback. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
All right, welcome back to Talkback. Good stuff happening around here, including a great interview, Stephen, that you did with Pineville Mayor Joe Bishop. You've got one of those exclusives coming up soon, and I want to give folks a little chance to hear part of that conversation right now.
Well, the thing is, okay, I've been working since I've been as mayor, okay, for the 17 months. From day one, I've been working with the legislatures, okay, to get money to remodel the Pineville City Court. Okay. As you notice, it looks like a shoebox. It's a small footprint. And just for this past Friday night, I received a phone call from State Representative Mike Johnson to tell me, Mayor, good news. We're moving forward with the project and everything. The money is being approved. Also, thank you, Mike, Ed Lavadane, Senator Luno, Senator Womack, the entire crew that stepped up to the plate to make this happen for my administration, okay? So we're going to be able to expand the footprint on the Pineville City Court, also build a new police station there in the parking lot beside City Hall. So this is about a $7 million project.
And you got all the funding for it?
I have about, I got to come up with about 1.8.
Okay. So you got to find some matches.
I'll find some matching money, okay, and also working with the legislature next year.
Okay. When do you think that project will move forward? We'll start seeing it right.
Well, as a matter of fact, I already met with Pan American, our engineer, about that. So we got to come up with the design of the police station and sit down with Judge Gary Hayes, also Pineville City Marshal Murphy Rashell, and let them get involved in this project on the Pineville City Court and find out what they need over there. And like I said, hopefully we'll get it designed up in a few months, and maybe we can go out for bid by the end of this year.
So it's going to move forward now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm sure you're pretty about that.
I'm excited, and also the employees are excited about this too.
We were in there a couple of months ago, City Court. I mean, it's cramped.
It is cramped. It really is. When I was a kid, it was a drugstore.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So new police station.
Yeah.
And expanding the city court.
Yeah.
And thanks to one of our local sponsors, Spurgeon Law Firm. Remember, in a jam, call Sam.
There you go. So there's the sponsor of Sinlaw Update. You can see that on Stephen Maxwell TV on Facebook. Are those shorts also running on the X platform and the YouTube platform?
Everything. Yeah,
everywhere.
I put the YouTube shorts on X. So if you're into YouTube, which I use Facebook the most and YouTube the most. So you can go on there and subscribe to our YouTube page, Sinlaw Broadcasting, and get those shorts on there.
And that's also Sinlaw Broadcasting on X.
On Sinlaw Update on X. I know it's confusing.
Okay, Sinlaw Update.
But we're going to post the full video with Mayor Joe Bishop. Hopefully today. I'm not going to promise. Sometimes it just takes forever to load because it's a long video.
Get the closed captions. You have closed captions on the whole thing?
4K video.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, no, for the long video, I'm not doing closed captioning. But I'll cut pieces from it and post it to other social media platforms.
That's exciting news for Pineville. You know, this is the kind of project. Many times these things are in the works for years. I remember back in Mayor Fields' administration, there was the initial steps to try to get that done. And I'm so glad to see that Mayor Bishop has been able to take that and get it across the finish line. A great working relationship that he has with the legislators, and appreciative of their acknowledgement of that need. These types of capital expenditures often outpace the ability of a local municipality to do on their own. So that's going to be a really nice update for the judges or the courthouse, I should say. If anybody has been in there, you know what a tiny, tiny space that is. And in that tiny space, you have the judges' offices, you have the prosecutors' offices and their employees, and you have the city marshal office and their employees. And so 3 different departments operate out of a building smaller than a typical family home.
I know that, we all kind of lean towards the side of, judicious with public dollars, whatever. It is cramped. Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, they need to do this.
And people literally have to wait outside on court days to be able to get in because there's just the lobby maybe holds 10 people.
It's legitimately ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
and the police department, which is we've often called it the dungeon, located underneath City Hall. There is some of their space. You literally open a door and it's raw dirt basement used for storage and whatnot, and leaks have been problems over the years. And it's also sometimes people just have a hard time finding it. Like, where is it? There's signage that directs you, but if you're not from there, you're expecting the police department to be visible from the road, and it's not. So this new police department will be a huge help. I know right now the police department has offices scattered. Detectives are in one building off 28. And this will, I think, will consolidate everyone into one space again. So really good moves for the city of Pineville, and I'll be happy to see that happen in the coming months and next year. So good stuff. That was a great interview.
Yeah, he kind of broke that news for us during the interview. We also talked about Central State Hospital, a lot of different things he'd like to accomplish in his first term after being elected for the first time to the position, and all sorts of economic development talk. So,
all right, let's go back to the phone line. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Good morning. Nathan, this is kind of directed at you. I back when you were on the city council, could you help navigate what we spent COVID money on? I know we got a big grant. Could you help navigate and help me?
Well, that's 6-7 years ago. I'm sorry about the 6-7 reference, but I would have to go back to David Humphreys, our finance director. I know that there were monies that were reimbursed. But I really, off the top of my head, couldn't tell you what monies were spent on COVID. I'd be happy to look into that and bring it to you next Tuesday when I come on.
If you could, that would be great. I just, I didn't know if they gave y'all parameters or it was sort of just an open checkbook. You could use it on what you wanted.
Well, I can guarantee you there's never an open checkbook. There are strict restrictions on how money can be spent, whether it's a FEMA grant or if it comes from the federal government, it's going to have strict parameters, and there'll be some auditing taking place. And if you spend it improperly, there are some severe consequences to that. So I have the utmost appreciation for the finance department, and David Humphreys, who's been the director there for quite some time, does a phenomenal job. He would probably answer this off the top of his head, but I'll have to go to him.
We've also seen in some local municipalities where federal dollars were misspent, there were some problems for sure,
including jail time. So
Gotcha. One last comment. Chick-fil-A, please don't let them come to 28 East.
The good news is apparently they're not looking at 28 East. They're really looking more at the Kingsville areas where they'd like to be.
Good. That would be a catastrophe.
Yeah. I'll tell you a spot I think they could go into. I just don't know if they'll pay the money. There's a White House that's been for sale for 20 plus years right next to the King Stop Chevron, between the Chevron and the hotel. I think that would be a great location for them. If I'm not mistaken, it actually has a driveway access over on Mary Hill Road. So that would be phenomenal because they'd have frontage on 165, then they have that driveway access back to the backside, and it's a big lot. But my understanding is a brother and sister that own that, and their price tag, according to realtors I've talked to, they priced themselves out of the market over the last 20 years. But if Chick-fil-A is hungry enough, no pun intended, that to me would be a great location for them.
Right. I was thinking that Matt Ritchie's got that blank parcel right in front of Super One. I feel like that would be a phenomenal place because you can get to it from Military Highway or 165.
I agree. And I think the locals get that. People who have offices in Atlanta look at that location. They say, no, we want frontage on 165. And because it's not fronting, that's what Matt said. A lot of people have snubbed their nose. You and I know who drive that way every day, that Joe George Drive, I think it's called, that frontage road, is a phenomenal place for any place to go because it's so easy to get to from either direction.
Absolutely. You've got lots of parking. You can utilize the parking that's already there.
The only thing I don't know, you've heard him talk about the conditions that certain people can put on covenants and restrictions. I don't know if Raising Cane's has a restriction against another chicken place going in, or if that's a completely separate property. I don't know the answer to that, and I'll reach out to Matt and ask.
Gotcha. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Hey, thank you for your call. One more. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Stephen and Nathan.
Hey, Nate, this is Don calling you, the guy who sent you the cemetery information.
I got it on my desk. Just looked at it the day before yesterday. Yeah, thanks.
Well, we got an open invitation anytime. Of course, our schedule is dependent. If you want to come up there and I'll stick you in the side by side, we can run over there and you can take a look at those graveyards.
That would be amazing. I need to get my dad to go with me. He's the one that has the 5,000 names in his genealogy program of all the people.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the Martins. Well, the original Martin in our line that came to Louisiana in 1804, I think it was, had 12 sons. Can you imagine how many Martins have come from those 12 sons 220 years ago?
Man, he took the commandment to proliferate too literally.
He took it very seriously. That's right. No doubt about it.
What I called in on, that you're talking about right there. I'm trying to put a picture on. Is that right across, sort of across from, what is it? It used to be Huddle House.
So, sort of. It actually fronts 165. It does have a driveway that would come out there between, I think it has a driveway that would come out between the Chevron and Buckets, or on the other side of Buckets. I can't remember. But the main frontage is literally on 165. So if you're southbound on 165, you would come through the light. You'd see the Kingstop Chevron on your right. The very next space is a white house. People are living in it right now. I don't know if they're renters or what.
Oh, yuck. Who wants to live right there? But that's definitely a commercial area, not residential.
Absolutely. And they've had it for sale for 20 years. I mean, the for sale sign's been up forever. But every realtor I've talked to has said in the past that it's been outpriced the market. I think they wanted $2 million or something like that. But that's just a general, I don't know, but I think that's the price tag that was out there. And my understanding was a brother and sister owned it, and they have to come to agreement on the final sale price.
I think it seems about like 1.3 to 1.4, so it would be more realistic. But,
and
anyway.
A business who's going to make $1 gazillion might be willing to. I don't know, but that, in my mind, because Chick-fil-A's need a large piece of property for their stacking of their cars, so they need something bigger than just like Matt Ritchie's got a spot between the old Kmart and the Holiday Inn up on that hill, but it's long and narrow, and I don't think that would work. I know the Antunes would not sell their property where they have all that equipment packed up right now. All the equipment that's doing the work on the roads right next to Pot Pies. Well, they're not going to sell that to a chicken place. So there's just not a whole lot left there.
Yeah, it's what I'm hoping. If we get a restaurant, oh my gosh, you can get something besides either a fried chicken or a Mexican themed. Yeah. I mean, seriously, that's what we don't need, and is one more Mexican themed restaurant in Central Louisiana.
I think Mayor Bishop let Matt Ritchie know that if he brought a Mexican restaurant in where China Queen is, he would be persona non grata in the city of Pineville. But what's funny, though, is the folks want to come. The proprietors want to come. We have one, if you recall, that's about to open, Nogales, right behind Ace Hardware on Edgewood Drive. They've been working on that.
Right.
They haven't even opened yet. And, of course, you've got Tequila right across the street there. You got Yucatan right down the road. You got Los Portales.
I'm a big tequila fan. The restaurant.
Yeah, they do good.
Yeah, that one is pretty decent. It's a shame that the little Chinese place didn't make it through COVID.
Yeah.
I knew the gal, her son, her Phoenix, her son went to Pineville with mine, one of my kids. So
we babysat her daughter when she was little back in like 1994, 96, something like that. Beautiful family, but yeah. Hey, look, I got to go. The last break is going to
Thank you, sir.
Because thank you for your call as always. Back after this.
Talkback, Central Louisiana's
longest
longest
to the all-new
show
Central Louisiana Economic Update with Matt Ritchie. Every other Tuesday morning on KSYL Talk Radio 970 AM, 104.9 FM, and KSYL.com.
Hey, y'all, the Spring Festival season's wrapping up. Here's what's happening around the state. June 5th through June 7th, Jean Beaumont Festival and Cajun Heritage Festival in La Rose. June 6th, Louisiana Peach Festival in Ruston, Feliciana Wildflower Festival in Clinton, and through June 7th, Creole Tomato Festival in New Orleans. Visit festivals.explorelouisiana.com and make your plans to laissez le bon temps relais.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talkback.
All right, welcome back to Talkback. Just a few seconds before we wrap up the show. Thank you all for being a part of it. Thank you, everybody, for calling the BOM Talk Line. We appreciate BOM Bank for sponsoring the Talk Line. We appreciate you calling. It's always good to hear from you. Tomorrow morning, come back with Uncle Al. I don't know if he likes me calling him that or not, but Al and Steven will be here, and they'll be talking a little bit of everything, probably some sports, some great political news. Spencer Pratt in Los Angeles, man, is killing it over there. We'll see if they'll finally get a head count on all the mail-in ballots that they're waiting to get in. So waiting to see. That'll be some good conversation for tomorrow. And then we'll be looking forward to Stephen Maxwell's updates on Sinlaw Update, Facebook, X, YouTube, and TikTok.
All of them. TikTok, yeah.
Come on, babe.
TikTok's blowing up.
You said the other day the numbers of followers, and I was blown away by.
We're almost at 11,000 now.
That's wild. That really is. Congratulations on that. Well, I don't know what to tell Al. I did get to log into X today. It didn't let him log in yesterday. I don't know if we're using different browsers, but I'll do a restart for him so he'll have a fresh computer when he comes in tomorrow morning.
He'll appreciate it.
There we go. That wraps up the 2 hours on the 4th day of June. Go forth and conquer today. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Al, Stephen, tomorrow. I'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully with some answers about COVID money that was spent in Pineville. You guys have a great day.